Hello everyone and welcome back to the Grand Campaign Hotseat. It has been, I don't know how long, it's been weeks since I've last recorded a turn, because in the interim a ton of things have happened. And you know what, it's actually been weeks since I've released my turn 4 video. I released it early due to the Portuguese player releasing his videos. Basically what had happened is some players had dropped out and attempted to drop out. For example, the Milanese player, Watcher of the Leash, he basically just disappeared. He disappeared off the face of the planet. He erased his YouTube account, etc. And he didn't notify the group or anything. It was very awkward. In addition, the English player Rampined, he is going to university and he is running out of time to record, so he wanted to drop out, but instead we just waited for him to do his turn. So it has been a very long time since my last video, wherein we knocked out the Portuguese by killing King Henrique outside of Toledo here. And then we sent some messages, and I assume these are the replies. We had sent a message to the Sicilians because the Portuguese had claimed that they would attack us once we knocked him out. And this is his response. Dear Sultan Tahar of the Moorish Empire, we show no ill will towards your people. Our kingdom has respected the borders of your people and do not wish to breach your trust by doing so in the near future. Any words of our aggression towards your people are empty and without form. The Portuguese have always had a way with twisting words, as you are probably all too aware of. Yeah, pretty much. Fear not, we shall honor your rule in the West, providing you do the same. We are an honorable people, but we expected the same in return. The Normans do not shy away from war, but we know when to declare it. Respect and honor to you, noble Sultan. Regards, King Roger, King of Sicily. Okay, so we can assume that the Sicilians won't be attacking anytime soon. We have yet another message here from the French. Great Sultan, congrats for your late triumph against the Portuguese. Do you wish to collaborate in the near future against the Spanish and Italians? I am thinking of a military alliance and trade rights. King Philip of France. This is something that we will have to conduct in private. I think he was worried about the Milanese, but now that player has dropped out. So I'm not really sure what's going on there. Then last but not least, we have the response from Spain. We accused them as well as we did the Sicilians because, again, Portugal basically made a call to war. Dear Sultan, we Spanish are amazed by the rudeness of your words. We have never seeked war. We have never seeked hostile relations. You talk to us like we are a bunch of barbarians. As we have said before, the Spanish do not seek war if it is not needed. But we fear that there is no room for us too in Iberia. Hopefully we can sort this out in a diplomatic way. Blessings to you, King Alfonso. Okay, so we had... I had talked to the Spanish outside of the game... probably after he had sent that message, and relations are strained. Basically, Total War Zone, I believe, is the player. He gave me an ultimatum that I do not take Lisbon, I don't take any other lands in Iberia, otherwise it will be a threat of war. Basically, he gave me the same deal the Portuguese gave me, but even more strict, which is very weird considering I knocked out the Portuguese for that original deal. He wanted me to vacate the peninsula, give up Cordoba and Granada. And of course, I don't think we're going to do that. Whether that's an act of war, I couldn't tell you. But basically, relations are strained. So, Lord Alfonso, King Alfonso of Castile. I don't know the alt code for that. Oh, no, I don't remember. Anyway, we merely wished to clear the air after our Portuguese allies had fallen. I am pleased to hear that we may amicably continue our relation, our neutral relation. Now, we don't want to get, like, an alliance with the Spanish or anything, or trade rights, I don't think. I'm very skeptical about this guy. I feel like he's going to attack us anytime soon. I too hope that we may sword may remain sheathed as there is more than enough enough room for the both of us, despite your words. There we are. Okay, I don't think we want to declare war or anything anytime soon. In addition, there has been a crusade called upon Constantinople, which is very unfortunate for the Turkish player, Cosmic Conqueror, because now he's got 1 million Christians, arriving on his doorstep every day. As for our jihad, Tripoli remains in the hands of the rebels, although it appears that the Sicilians are going to be assaulting and capturing the town within a turn or two. Whether they can attack the town next turn, I'm not sure. I think it might require 1 turn to land, another turn to initiate the siege, and then a 3rd turn to finally have the equipment to carry out said siege. So potentially another 3 turns until the place is conquered. 2 or 3 turns, that is. So we have 2 or 3 turns until our jihad is over, essentially. So the reason the crusade is important is because the Spanish can easily join that crusade, and then they would have an army much like my own that has just huge amounts of movement, etc. But I think it is time we begin doing some moves here. So we'll take a look at our gold. We are going to earn 1,500 gold per turn. We currently have 1,900, and the first thing we want to do is recruit 2 units of Desert Cav. Boom, for a total of nearly 1,000 gold. The next thing we want to do is we'll grab Miswar. We'll park him outside Cordoba. We'll grab Captain Majoub here. He's going to join the army. Miswar will abandon the jihad, join the jihad, giving that unit of Desert Cav a boost towards Granada. There we are, and now he and his men, except for this 1 unit actually, because it will be retrained in Cordoba. There we are. No, my mistake, it will not be, because we want to hold on to 800 gold so that we may build a port in Marrakesh, which will be built up here, and that will allow us to build ships, trade. The French offered trade, for example, and that will be our first port. I think Algiers is the only other place where we can build a port. Cordoba? No, we can build one in Cordoba, but unfortunately we are still building a garrison quarter in Cordoba. So now we have 46 gold left. We will get 1,500 next turn. Even more, actually, because we're going to turn the taxes up in Marrakesh for an additional 100 gold. There we are. We can turn the taxes even higher. This will begin to dwindle our population, though. And we may as well do. The squalor will even out eventually. We don't have to worry about like population and stuff, because I think the Hotseat will probably be over before any of that is relevant. I think maybe enough players will drop out that the Hotseat will be short-lived. Anyway, we've got Crown Prince Miswar here, and he has enough movement to head way north, way east, but rather we shall head west towards Lisbon. There we are. Apparently it's a declaration of war to do this, but we're going to do it anyway. So there we go. We've got some ladders. We'll just build ladders, actually. A ram and some ladders. There we are. And we will place Sultan Tahar in Cordoba. There we go. And we can retrain absolutely nothing because we're broke as hell. We've got a Spanish diplomat. We've got a spy. Okay, so we've already spied around Valencia, or at the very least I have. It's all just militia units, spear militia units that are seemingly weakened, possibly by the assault on Valencia, as well as some archers and I think one unit of knights and a general. Just a general, it is not a family member, so we don't have to take a look at Valencia. Rather, we will take a look at Toledo. Because in Toledo, there are some knights, some spears, some archers, but also Pero de Coco, that's his name. Pero of Cocoa Puffs, and then a mystery general as well. I wonder if it's like his father or something. That would be very interesting to know, so we'll get Hassan Saidi Saif to take a look next turn. We've got Shakira over here, and he is going to head north to scope out, I believe it's Lyon, yes. Okay, in the south we've got Ayub, our son, I believe, yes, our third son. He is building an army inside of Marrakesh, and we're just going to hold on to these units for now. I'm not sure if he's going to sail south yet, or if he's going to reinforce in Lisbon. Either way, though, we're going to send him a ship, and it's going to block the Strait of Gibraltar here. And then this guy is going to head towards Algiers so that he can park outside the castle and just basically wait for these guys to move. I'm not exactly sure if I need to move them or where I will move them in that case. I don't know, Corsica, I'm pretty sure Corsica is owned by either Milan or Sicily, but we could always scout it. Corsica and Sardinia, that is. Or Corsica and Sardinia. I'm not sure which is which now that I think about it. But we're going to leave the ship over here for now. Okay, so the Spanish have half a stack in Toledo. They've got half a stack in Valencia. I'm not sure about Lyon, but it seems that Zaragoza, they've got 4 units. This is information that's relevant just because you never know, like maybe 4 turns from now we'll be declaring war on these guys, or they'll be at war with us. Maybe they'll join the Crusade and march on Cordoba, in which case we would turn around. But I think this is important information to gather and vocalize, just so we all are on the same page. Admiral Emilio, I think, is the only ship of the Spaniards that we've seen. I'm pretty sure it was the fleet that was over here, and then he just kind of turned around. And that means that there's no port this side of Spain, so this is possibly their only ship / fleet. I would like to send this ship down to Marrakesh. I would like more units in Marrakesh and possibly Algiers as well. But the ships are a turn away from both, so we have time to recruit some additional units if need be. So, we've got 1 unit of Desert Cav outside of Granada, 1 unit heading towards Cordoba, and then we've got an additional 2 units on the way. And then we can build some stuff in Granada. We can upgrade the castle, which would be ideal, but it is very fucking expensive. I don't know if we'll ever afford that. As for religion, we are slowly converting the place due to our imam, which is great, but he's going to head towards Lisbon to do some preemptive conversion before we capture the place. And I think that's about it, save for our merchant. I'm not sure. I don't think we have any other, forces we need to move. Tahar is kicking around in Cordoba. Miswar is in Lisbon. Qasim is in Algiers, of course. Admiral Yusuf. Ayub is in Marrakesh, Granada, the Sea, and Cordoba. Okay. I think that's about it. We've got 4 agents, all of which have moved. Algiers. Yeah, we don't have any gold to do anything, so I think that's about it for this turn. We've sent a message to Spain. We don't need to send any more messages, I don't believe. And that's about it for us, I think. Let's look at diplomacy, actually. Let's see. So England is allied with Milan, of all things. It looks like Milan has allied with England to, put a bit of pressure on France, perhaps. But, of course, England is at war with France and Scotland. France is allied with the Holy Romans and Scotland. The Holy Romans are allied with absolutely everyone, as are the Venetians, the Sicilians, and the Milanese who have... I think it was the Milanese who called the Crusade, so they are immediately at war. Russia is at war with no one. It looks like Hungary, Poland, and Milan have joined the Crusade. Interestingly enough, Poland and Hungary have allied, so Legend of Total War and Delicious TZM have allied, and I think that's about it. Perhaps we can look at faction rankings. Oh boy. Top 5 factions. Are we in the top 5? No. I don't think we are, unfortunately. We might be... no. Okay, we're tied with Hungary, we're tied with Spain. I don't think we're doing so hot. Although our military ranking is climbing, our production ranking has fucking skyrocketed, my god. Territory, not so great. Looks like... who is this? The Turks have gained a lot of ground. The French, obviously. The Holy Romans as well. They've all got a lot of rebel settlements to capture, so I'm not surprised. Who is white, though? Poland, of course. Look at this. He's just got steady growth. Fucking Legend of Total War. Okay, finances. Egypt is outpacing everyone, as are the Turks. We are lagging behind. Population, overall. I don't think we're doing so hot. Let's look at neighboring factions. Okay, Sicily is a little bit below us. Spain, again, is tied with us. So, I mean, we're looking not too bad as far as neighboring factions go. But anyway, as I said, I think that's about it for this turn. So, we shall end it. Thank you, everyone, for watching. I'm going to pass this turn, obviously, on to Cosmic Conqueror. And I will see you guys with turn number 7.